Hi everyone. Today I'm back in the woods. I've come all the way up to Beacon Hill again because it's just so lovely up here. And me and the doggy here, Ebbi, we've walked in, hi Ebbs, and we've managed to find this beautiful big tree. And it's a great place to sit and read a story. And today's story is the final one of the stories by Rob Hodgson. And if you remember the cave from last week, this guy writes some quite funny stories with a bit of a twist in them normally. This one's similar. It's an interesting one. It's called My Best Friend, and this little character here is a white mouse. And if you can see carefully, the white mouse is stood on top of a big, not very happy looking owl. But these are the best friends, so we're going to see what this story is about. Let's hope we enjoy it. My Best Friend by Rob Hodgson. Hello, I'm Mouse, and I want to tell you about my best friend. Mouse. Nice. Giant owl. Giant, another owl. This is like the third owl story we've had now. Doesn't look too happy, does he? We've been buddies ever since Giant Owl brought me to live at the tree. I'm so lucky Giant Owl found me. I think we were destined to be best friends. So if you can see here, look, the owl seems to be hovering above the top of the mouse. The mouse is minding his own business, whistling along. And it looks like the owl managed to pick him up by his talons, like his feet, and fly away with him. Obviously up to the tree. After all, we have so much fun. We play chase together, and sometimes Giant Owl nearly catches me, but not quite. So it looks like he's almost got him in his mouth there, look. They're playing chase, flying after the mouse, and here, he's flown into a tree, look. Boing, banged his head, ouch. Ebbi's chewing some trees again. Giant Owl's favourite game is hide and seek. I'm so good at hiding, I can play for hours. Yeah, I'm not sure Giant Owl's enjoying this game. Looks a little bit frustrated. When we stop playing, Giant Owl always shares the tastiest snacks with me. Oh, here's the owl again, look, and he's got a donut. Donuts have been in all these books, haven't they? Every week it's a donut. I'm so lucky to have such a generous best friend. I love donuts, and Giant Owl always gives me more. I bet he does. Ebbi? Ebbi? Come out there. Good girl. And more. Look at this mountain of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 donuts with a mouse sat in the top. And I eat them all up. Every last one. Oh, I think you can see he's been eating them. Not only has he become very round, he's got hundreds and thousands on him. Look. The owl's watching carefully, as owls do. Occasionally, I do have my doubts about our friendship. Like, sometimes when I want to go for a walk, or just be by myself for a while, Giant Owl is always there. Having a best friend can be annoying sometimes. Seems to me that Giant Owl doesn't want Little Mouse to go anywhere. I wonder why that could be. But I know it's just because Giant Owl loves me so much. You think that's true? Why else might he want to keep the mouse? Why does he keep giving the mouse lots of food? I wonder. And look, here's the mouse going for a little walk. And if you look back here, you can see this, the mouse's tail, very long, long tail. And the owl is stood on his tail, so he can't run off anywhere. I wonder why. That's why Giant Owl always remembers my birthday and gives me great presents. My own house! I'm so lucky to have such a thoughtful best friend. Look, he's got him a little house. And the house looks a bit like a cage. Wonder why he bought him a cage. What does that stop him doing? Enjoying that stick, Ebbi? My favourite thing of all about having a best friend is sleepovers. In fact, we had a sleepover just last night. But when I woke up, oh my word, what's going to happen? Because look, here's the owl, and he's tiptoeing across this branch. He's got a key for the cage because there's a lock on it now. And he looks like his tongue's hanging out. Like, I wonder what he's going to do. I wonder what happened when he woke up. I found myself here with the lights turned out. Where am I? If only Giant Owl was here to help me figure out this mess. Where do you think he is? I think I know where he is. I think the owl knows exactly where the mouse is. Do you know? Oops, look at this. Gurgle. Gurgle. What's going to happen? Out pops the mouse. The mouse was inside the owl's tummy. The owl had eaten him up in one go. Goodness me, poor mouse. Giant Owl, you saved me. You're my best friend in the whole world. Here's the owl, look. He's got his arm around the little mouse. Like he is his friend now, I suppose. So that's quite an interesting story, because poor old mouse thought he was going to have this amazing friend, didn't he? And he thought Owl was his best friend, but Owl wasn't. Owl was trying to make him fattened up so he could eat him. The poor old mouse obviously saw the best side in him, and he still thinks that Owl's his friend. And I wonder if Owl's changed his mind now, because in that last picture, he looks a little bit more caring now. It looks like he's got his arm around him to sort of hold him rather than, you're not going anywhere. So perhaps he's become a better friend now. Perhaps Owl's learned. Perhaps Owl has learned to be a better friend. Well, that's good, isn't it? So that's the final of those 3 stories, and I really like those ones. I hope you might make some more books that we can buy, because they're really, really good ones. That story about friends is a really important one, because it's really great at the moment when I'm at school on a Monday to Friday and I see some guys in foundation classes in both the pods, and I can see the way the friendships are. People are really happy to be back at school, and I can see them playing with their friends. And it's so important to have friends. And even if you're not back at school at the moment, try to keep in touch with your friends in some way or another. It might be that you arrange to go for a walk together, a nice safe walk where you keep apart and such like, but it might be where you have a little play day together. But again, keeping distance if you need to. But it might be a really good way of making sure that you keep in touch with your friends. And some of you, I bet, have been using Zoom and having these little hellos and goodbyes with people, and maybe you could do that with some of your friends as well. Right, that's enough for us from now. Me and Ebbi are going to carry on our walk. We're going to do a little bit more filming maybe. We're going to try and go to the top of the hill today, and then we're going to come all the way back down again. But at the moment it's so beautiful in this woodland, I could almost stay here all day. Have a great weekend everybody, and I'll see you guys very soon. Bye bye. Come on Ebbi, let's carry on with our walk, shall we? Good girl. Good girl, come on then. Come on then. Sweet chestnut, the ones you can eat. Sycamore, the little helicopters, cool den that somebody's made. You really should come up here and explore, people, it's great. These big mushrooms. When I get back I'll try and work out what they are. With a lot of mushrooms they're poisonous, so you have to be careful. You can eat some but you have to know which ones they are. So So you should never eat one unless you know exactly what it is. Otherwise it makes you very poorly. Is that flower again? Can you remember what it was called? Sat amongst all the bracken.